The attractions of the Ford Focus are obvious, but sometimes it hasn't been quite as easy to see how much it costs. Which is why our clear price policy is making everything much clearer. And from £9,995, now with 3 years warranty, it's clearly a better offer.
This scene was filmed using an extraordinary lipstick, Max Factor's Lipfinity. A new long-lasting system with permatone. First paint, then polish. While most lipsticks melt away, Lipfinity is semi-permanent. It lasts and lasts through almost anything.
After 8 hours of filming, I can vouch for that.
New Lipfinity from Max Factor. The makeup of makeup artists.
When confronting dry skin, not all moisturizers let you get away this easily. Now from the US, there's Lubriderm. Hard-working moisture that lasts all day and all night, leaving your skin feeling soft and smooth. Easily absorbed to give you nothing but healthy-looking skin. See you later, alligator. Hello, smooth Lubriderm moisture.
Tower Records presents Parachutes, the amazing debut album from Coldplay. Parachutes features the singles Shiver, Yellow and Trouble. Parachutes by Coldplay at Tower Records, 6 Wicklow Street and now at Easton's O'Connell Street. Morning has broke.
Daniel O'Donnell has recorded a very special new album with a symphony orchestra and choir. Faith and Inspiration. 16 classic songs of faith, hope and inspiration. Daniel O'Donnell's Faith and Inspiration. An album to cherish.
He's a powerful man, a rich man, a single man. But fate...
Probably gonna want to buckle up, Jack.
...is about to show him the man he could have been.
Come on, Dad, get up!
What's happening to me?
This is a glimpse.
How did I get here? This isn't my house. You're not my wife? What?
Nicolas Cage.
I'm not a dad. Oh.
The family man.
I'm in the middle of a deal.
Well, you're working on a new deal now, baby.
I tell you, Bob, I don't know what old Rashid puts in that cider of his. I had a weird dream last night.
Well, yeah, you would.
Why do I brush with Sensodyne Total Care every day? It's got everything my regular toothpaste has. And because it's Sensodyne, it helps stop the pain of sensitive teeth. But if you stop using it, you can become sensitive to hot and cold again. Use Total Care twice every day, and you might not get a shock. Sensodyne, Total Care for sensitive teeth.
Shall I tell you about my life? Say I'm a man of the world. I've flown across every time. Guess I've got everything I need. I wouldn't ask more, and there's no one I'd rather be.
Never, ever drink and drive. Could you live with the shame? From DOE, supported by AXA Insurance.
Hey, don't
crease me.
What's the problem?
If only it was less creased.
I can wear mine. Straight from the line.
I'll stay put, so they won't see the creases.
Creases? What creases? New Downy Fabric Enhancer has a clear complex. Unlike softeners which leave a coating on fibres, New Downy penetrates and smooths fibres from within. For less creases, not just after the wash, but all the time you wear them. Downy, my clothes, only better.
Because the Braun Independent has an innovative new steam shot system, your hair will now hold better, which means your hairstyle will stay up longer than you can.
Perfume? It must be love.
No, I got a third off.
It's all right. I believe you.
You won't believe what Boots are offering this Christmas.
Tea, coffee, red wine. Life can be hard on sensitive teeth. That's why there's new Sensodyne Gentle Whitening. Now sensitive teeth can be whiter teeth.
Not today, Ted. It's Christmas. Now, Bob, that woman, Ellie, the one with the 3 kids, how much does she owe us?
Original debt, 300, with interest, 932.
Okay, let her off 200. Go on, cross it off.
Don't really get this.
Oh, and why's that? Because I'm a bastard?
I wouldn't say that.
No, but I bet you that's what you think.
No. No? Who told you that?
Now, that sick kiddie of yours, the one with the bad chest, Tom.
Tim, yes, cystic fibrosis.
Yeah, well, you tell him that Eddie Scrooge has given his dad a week off.
Right.
I'll make sure you tell all the nurses at the hospital that, too.
The nurses?
Yeah, especially if any of them are called Bella.
What are you doing, Mr. Scrooge?
I'm being nice. Write it down.
But I don't want anything else.
For a strong cough, soothing Meltus will help calm your throat and clear your head. Meltus helps melt away coughs fast.
I see skies of blue and clouds of white. The bright, blessed day, the dark, sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Discover the world of Estee Lauder Pleasures and Lauder Pleasures for Men.
For presents, for everything for Christmas, Buttercrane's got stacks. Get down to Buttercrane.
Where will you find a friendly face, serving all your local favourites whenever you need them, in a place that delivers a fresh approach to shopping? The answer? VG and Vivo, with great Christmas offers, like 18 Barry tea bags for 99 pence, a 24-pack of Walker's Crisps for $1.99, and Uncle Ben's cook-in sauce. Buy one, get one free. VG and Vivo, the fresh approach.
It's a rollover. So, this Saturday's jackpot is an estimated £12 million. Have you got your dream ticket?
ITV drama premieres with HSBC, investing in great British drama.
Christmas Day on UTV. Meet the stars of the UTV Christmas Panto.
Well, hello.
They're finally going down the aisle in Emmerdale.
I, Bernice Marie Blackstock.
Oh, here they come!
There's Festive Foul-Ups and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, with special editions of your favourite shows and a Christmas panto this Christmas Day from 6:15 on UTV.
You can probably put a record in the top 20 purely from impact marketing.
Plastic Fantastic, Smash Goes Pop, Boxing Day at 10:55 on UTV.
Well, they're photographs of our two daughters taken 13 years ago when they were just 8 and 6. I can't quite remember where it was we took them to see Santa Claus, but I know that that's the only photographs we have of them with Father Christmas. I must admit I love those early years. Nowadays, of course, that the girls have grown up and making their own way in life, we celebrate Christmas in a new and different way. But you know, I still hanker after those innocent years. Happy Christmas, everybody.
Ever present, all around you, every minute of every day. ESB, the energy starts here.
What better time to acquire a new Golf? 0% finance available on all Golfs except V-Range. Contact your Northern Ireland Volkswagen retailer for full written details. The cars will run and run. The offer will not.
When you're feeling unwell, remember you can treat some minor things yourself. However, for urgent attention, say in the case of an accident, head straight for your nearest accident and emergency or minor injuries unit. Pick up a leaflet at your health centre or pharmacist today. Get the right treatment and help us to help you.
Whatever you get over Christmas, make sure it's what she really wants. Younger looking skin that looks and feels its best. Christmas. Worth giving, worth waiting for.
Cybershot, the new digital still camera from Sony. Always get the shot you want.
Free in tomorrow's Daily Mail, the only TV guide you need for all your Christmas and New Year's viewing. The best comedies, dramas, children's programmes. Plus, our unique, easy-to-follow movie guide will help plan the next 10 days viewing. The ultimate comprehensive and up-to-date free Christmas and New Year TV guide. Only in tomorrow's Daily Mail.
It's Christmas time, near and far. Anytime you like, think Spar with Christmas cheer. Wherever you are, extra value at your local Spar.
At Spar, get a 24-pack of Walker's Crisps for $1.99. Get a litre of Schlur for 99 pence. And 454 grams of Spar Fresh cocktail sausages for 89 pence. Extra value at Spar.
Sports Factory for genuine UK trade prices. Join today for huge savings on sportswear and footwear. Caterpillar shoes only £20 plus VAT. Sale now on. Don't miss out.
This is the mouse from Black & Decker. With this pad, it's a sander that gets into the tightest corners. Change the pad and it cleans. Or it polishes. It removes paint and rust. Every house should have a mouse. Only from Black & Decker.
After race remark policeman gets his job back. Getting away for Christmas, and so far, no chaos. The end of the dream for the super yacht team. And last night the christening, tonight the wedding.
From ITN, the ITV Nightly News with Katie Derham.
Good evening. The reinstatement of a Metropolitan policeman who was sacked for calling a youth a black bastard was attacked today by the Black Police Association. It called it a licence to be racist and said it undermined the good work done since the Lawrence inquiry. PC Steve Hutt was given his job back after thousands of his colleagues signed a petition in his support. He's now being fined 13 days' pay for the remark, which he said he bitterly regretted. Shuli Ghosh reports.
Struggling to contain his emotions, Steve Hutt met some of the supporters who'd campaigned to get him reinstated. They say he was a victim of political correctness. He says the ordeal ruined his life.
I've had 2 years of hell I've been through. I've been on the brink of a breakdown, trying to struggle to provide for my children, and I don't think I've been treated lightly.
PC Hutt was sacked after what he called a moment of madness. He'd hurled a racist insult at a black 14-year-old boy suspected of theft. Now the U-turn over his dismissal has caused a political storm and angered the Black Police Association.
It sends a clear signal that you can be racist, you can be insensitive, you can be intolerant, provided you apologise, get a powerful lobby and a good marketing agent and a tabloid newspaper, you can have your job back. I think it's a sad day for policing.
In the current climate following the Lawrence inquiry, the decision will be seen as at odds with efforts to stamp out racism among officers. But in a letter to the Police Federation, Jack Straw agreed Hutt shouldn't be used as a scapegoat and changed his sacking to a fine. Hutt's supporters said he had the backing of 16,000 of his colleagues, black and white. Tonight, the mother of the boy at the receiving end of the racist remark said she too was glad PC Hutt had been reinstated. But critics say the decision could have long-term consequences for the black communities. Shuli Ghosh, ITN, New Scotland Yard.
Detectives investigating the murder of Damilola Taylor in South London are appealing for one vital witness to come forward. The man they want to talk to rang Crime Stoppers in Scotland to say he'd seen the 10-year-old arguing with 3 youths in Peckham on the afternoon he was killed. Police believe they're closing in on the killers. Roads, rail and coach services and airports have all been busy tonight with people setting off for their Christmas holidays. So far, there don't seem to have been serious hold-ups, though experts say it could be worse tomorrow. Here's John Draper.
On the trains, everyone with the booking's been getting away, even if their loved ones haven't always wanted to see them go, with the services much reduced.
Platform 7, please.
And it's been busy, though there's been none of the chaos many had predicted. Just to make sure it all went smoothly, passengers were given boarding passes rather like those on a plane, and alongside the usual queues are standby lines for people without a ticket. The train companies have been finding them places, but there's no guarantee of getting on.
I think if anything it seems to be better organised here than normally at Christmas, so no problems.
Many of those who couldn't get a train booking have been flying. Here in Manchester, just about every plane going anywhere has been filled up. And while many are flying home for Christmas, others want to be anywhere but home during the winter.
Are you going to miss anything about being at home?
No, nothing at all.
Yeah, the grandkids.
Oh, she'll miss the grandkids, yeah, that's it. Still be there when we get back though, aren't they?
Thousands took to the motorways early on, though the congestion problems many feared simply didn't happen. Possibly because with a full weekend before Christmas, the big rush is being spread over 3 days. By this evening, the flow of traffic was being helped by the removal of roadworks on many motorways. The cones won't reappear until after the holiday. But there is still a huge number of people on the move tonight, and the motoring organisations say the weekend will see even more.
It's all the usual places where we get congestion. Unusually, tomorrow will be major shopping centres as people get their last-minute shopping in.
Traffic has been flowing freely then on the nation's major roads and motorways, but it's not all over yet. The RAC says that over the next 2 days, there'll be a 30% increase in road traffic. John Draper, ITN on the M25.
The question, will we know it's Christmas? More pubs than ever before are going to be open this year, and at least 4 of the major store chains will have branches trading on Christmas Day itself. Here's Helen Wright. This London Woolworths store will be open on Christmas Day, along with 2 other branches in the southeast, all serving culturally diverse communities. It's part of a drive by the retailers to make the most of the Christmas shopping season.
The Co-op is also opening 36 stores across Britain on Christmas Day, including this one in Walsall. Though the Christian holiday is traditionally free from commercialism, the Co-op says society's changed.
Everybody doesn't sit down at 5:30 and have a meal together at night. People come in and buy for themselves as one-parent families, as people living on their own. And that really goes across the whole range, Christmas Day included.
On Christmas Eve, the major supermarkets like Sainsbury's will also stretch Sunday trading, opening early so customers can fill their trolleys half an hour before they can legally buy goods. Analysts say it's a vital day of business this year.
Because Christmas Day falls on a Monday, you've in effect got a full week of shopping before Christmas Day falls, and a lot of people have left it to the last minute.
Though for some people, the last minute may now be Christmas Day itself.
But the decision that December 25th is no longer off limits will be seen as bad news by many people, not least of all shop workers, especially if other chains follow suit next year. Helen Wright, ITN, West London.
There was a suicide bombing and more fighting between Israelis and Palestinians today, as the peace talks in Washington were said to have reached crisis point. President Clinton is expected to intervene tomorrow. The suicide bomber walked into a roadside cafe in a remote Jewish settlement on the West Bank and blew himself to pieces. 3 Israeli soldiers were injured in the blast. 3 Palestinians were shot dead in other incidents in the West Bank, and in Jerusalem, Palestinian demonstrators again clashed with Israeli security forces after Friday prayers. 5 men found guilty of selling condemned meat to supermarkets and restaurants in a multi-million-pound fraud got jail sentences today of between 3 and 8 years. The men disguised hundreds of tons of rotting chicken and turkey meat, fit only for pet food, by adding salt to make it look fresh. The judge condemned the men for a cynical fraud motivated by greed. A suggestion by the Sports Minister, Kate Hoey, that we could see a return to the old standing area terraces at Premier League football grounds got a frosty reception today. Her boss said it wasn't government policy, and the Premier League itself said there was no going back. Lauren Taylor reports.
This was the sort of football terrace that was phased out as a result of the Taylor report into the Hillsborough disaster, in which 96 Liverpool supporters died. But many fans argue the all-seater stadia lack atmosphere and want to stand. After seeing a German experiment, the Sports Minister Kate Hoey said she was prepared to consider a limited return to terraces with pilots of what she called safely designed standing areas. But she was quickly slapped down by her boss, Culture Secretary Chris Smith, who issued a statement stressing that public safety was paramount and that the Taylor report had the last word on the issue. And the families of the victims of Hillsborough say they're appalled by Kate Hoey's suggestion.
I'd like to take her to that memorial outside Anfield, look at them 96 names and look me in the eye and just say, oh yes, Mr. Hammond, there is safe standing.
The Premiership also firmly rejects her view.
If the Minister for Sport chooses to make her own personal opinions known on this particular issue, that's a matter for her. Our opinion is there's no going back.
While Kate Hoey's job may not be at risk over this, the government has made it clear that it's not considering a return to terracing and the matter is settled. So she has stepped out of line, and given the offence she's caused, she's likely to face pressure from within government not to pursue the debate. Lauren Taylor, ITN, Westminster.
The yachtsman Pete Goss today gave up any hope of ever taking his pioneering but fragile catamaran, Team Phillips, round the world. Aircraft have failed to locate the vessel, abandoned by Goss and his crew when she began to break up in the Atlantic earlier this month. Here's Terry Lloyd.
Pete Goss, the super yacht skipper, admitted he was overcome by waves of emotion as he announced his dream was over and his boat was lost at sea.
It's very hard for all of us. It's a big team. It's like the loss of a friend.
These pictures were recorded on board Team Phillips shortly before Goss ordered his crew to abandon ship. They'd been caught in hurricane winds and 80-foot Atlantic waves with nowhere to turn. To save all hands, Goss put out a mayday call.
It was a journey, it was an adventure. We chose to drive in the fast lane. And we all knew these things could happen, that they might happen. They don't always happen, but in this instance it did. And we just have to take it on the chin.
It had never been plain sailing since the day Goss steered Team Phillips up the Thames to be named by the Queen. 2 weeks later, a hull snapped off during sea trials, and more delays were caused when a mast began wobbling. This was the last time Goss saw his revolutionary yacht as it drifted away from him and into the night. Goss, who must now sit out the round-the-world race, says he's left his dream boat in the hands of fate.
Thank you.
Terry Lloyd, ITN.
Zara Phillips, the Queen's 19-year-old granddaughter, escaped serious injury when her Land Rover clipped a wall and overturned on a Gloucestershire country lane today. Miss Phillips, daughter of the Princess Royal, is believed to have been on her way to a racing stables from an early morning ride at the time. Police said she was breathalyzed as a matter of routine and the test was negative. The pop diva Madonna and the British film director Guy Ritchie are assumed to have married tonight behind the firmly closed doors of Skibo Castle in Sutherland. We saw quite a lot last night of the christening of their son Rocco, but of the wedding tonight, nothing. Our Scotland correspondent Linda Kennedy reports.
Tonight, wedding guests are dining and dancing inside Skibo Castle, protected from this media frenzy. Earlier, Sting arrived, followed by the designer Donatella Versace. Just some of the glamorous guests helping Madonna and Guy Ritchie celebrate. Last night, the couple left nearby Dornoch Cathedral after their son was baptised. It emerged later 2 men were arrested and charged with several offences, leading to more precautions for privacy tonight.
We're being kept firmly this side of the wall, and few facts are emerging, but we do know a huge ceilidh is going on in there. Entertaining is a local band, and we think Sting is singing.
Photo access inside had to be bought, but magazines thought the price too high and are certain more details will emerge.
Nobody really wants to frisk everybody on the way in. Your guests aren't very happy about it. It's very easy for a guest to sneak in a tiny camera in a handbag or a pocket.
So far there's not many certainties, but we do know Madonna is wearing this £49,000 bracelet to match her dress. For the people of Dornoch, this is a Christmas they won't forget. As finally tonight, the media pack up, leaving the newlyweds behind heavy guard to party. Linda Kennedy, ITN, Skibo Castle.
Football. The Irish international Robbie Keane will make his debut for Leeds tomorrow against Aston Villa. Ipswich, a surprising third in the Premiership, face their toughest challenge of the season, a game against Manchester United at Old Trafford. Here's Peter Staunton.
They were once dismissed by opposition fans as the Tractor Boys. Now Ipswich revel in their nickname, and tomorrow they're out to prove their lofty position is no fluke by denying the champions another 3 points. Ipswich finally won promotion in last season's playoffs after several agonising near misses. They were everyone's favourites for instant relegation. The last time they visited Old Trafford they lost 9-0, but Ipswich's fortunes have changed dramatically.
We're in third position. The confidence is very high, so we're going there in a different scenario where hopefully we can do better than we did last time, but knowing it's going to be very tough.
Leeds have added another big weapon to their impressive strike force with the signing of Robbie Keane from Inter Milan. It'll bring David O'Leary's spending up to £76 million. The most intriguing confrontation will be Terry Venables' return to White Hart Lane with Middlesbrough. It's unlikely that retiring Tottenham chairman Alan Sugar will be putting out the welcome mat. Peter Staunton, ITN Sport.
The headlines again. The Black Police Association has protested about the reinstatement of a Metropolitan Police constable who was sacked for calling a young suspect a black bastard. The officer, Steve Hutt, said he bitterly regretted the remark. And the Christmas getaway has started with no serious problems reported so far on the roads or even on the railways. Tonight's financial figures. In London, the FTSE 100 index closed 18 points down. In New York, the Dow continued its recovery, finishing nearly 150 points up, and the pound was up 1/4 cent against the dollar. Time for a look at the stories dominating tomorrow's newspapers. The Times says the government wants oil companies to cut the cost of petrol after finding out that profit margins have trebled since the fuel crisis. It pictures travellers waiting for a train at Euston Station. The Guardian says a Russian arms dealer who's supplying arms to rebel forces in Africa is to be named and shamed in a groundbreaking UN report. The Telegraph claims the Prince of Wales has apologised to ministers after his private concerns over plans for a European defence force were leaked. The picture is of Princess Anne's daughter Zara, who suffered minor injuries in a car crash. The Mail shows Zara Phillips' badly damaged car after she crashed into a stone wall in a foggy country lane. The car is thought to have been an early Christmas present. And the Mirror devotes its entire front page to Madonna's wedding to the man they call her tartan love, Guy Ritchie, with the headline, Guy Do. And that's it from the ITV Nightly News. I'll be back tomorrow, but until then, from everybody here at the ITV Nightly News, have a very good night. Goodbye.
Good evening. A white Christmas still on the cards for some places. Of course, that's not all good news, especially if you're travelling. And certainly a travel hazard tonight will be fog, especially up over the higher ground, on a mist and murk out there. Most places dry, the odd spot of drizzle, and some more persistent rain turning up in the north of Scotland. Now, where the cloud does break for any length of time, the temperatures will get close to freezing, so a touch of frost is possible, but most places will escape. So a chilly, grey and rather misty start again tomorrow, especially in the east, and that mist will take a while to clear, especially in central parts of the country. For northern Scotland, a different story here. Outbreaks of rain, they'll become more widespread across much of Scotland and later Northern Ireland and northern England towards the end of the day, turning to snow up over the higher ground of northern Scotland later on. At the same time, some patchy rain might develop in the far southwest, but a lot of dry weather across southern parts of Britain. Temperatures not just as chilly as it was today in some parts, as high as 6 or 7 generally. 7 is 45 Fahrenheit, perhaps a little bit higher in the brighter parts of the south and west. For a time, 9 or 10 is possible. But to the north of this weather front, much colder air digging down, perhaps no higher than 3 or 4. Let's follow the track of that weather front over the next couple of days. On Christmas Eve, it'll be slicing the country, bringing heavy and persistent rain with a risk of flooding, turning to snow up over the higher ground. And by the time that front reaches southern counties, I think there is increasing risk of snow, not only at high levels, at low levels too. Behind it, cold, bright, with wintry showers. Watch out for icy stretches on roads. That's it. Here's a summary.
Power Gen. Power, whatever the weather.
New Crystal Air from Hays has an innovative glass design containing waves of real perfume, which fragrance your home for over 4 weeks.
Hays, fragrances that change your world.
The fresh-baked taste of Cuisine de France has a certain effect. Because Cuisine de France is baked fresh in store every day. The only trouble is, once you've tried Cuisine de France, nothing else will do. Cuisine de France. Embrace the taste.
When you're feeling unwell, remember you have several options to choose from. You can effectively treat many minor things like coughs, colds and sore throats yourself. For other things, of course, you'll need the experts. Pick up a leaflet at your health centre or pharmacist today. Get the right treatment and help us to help you.
Christmas pudding and Dale Farm. Fresh cream is Dale Farm. Ever present, all around you, every minute of every day. ESB, the energy starts here.
Check out these amazing bargains in TV Now. 7 days of TV and radio listings, only 80p 99.99. Advice and Twink and Your Future Told by Psychic Sandra, only 80p 99.99. 5 pages of soap plot lines, including Fair City and Coronation Street, only 80p 99.99. This madness must end soon.
TV Now, only 80p.
99.99.
Let's see then. Where'd you get the money for all this?
I only pay for 2. You get the cheapest one free.
Come on, get your coat back on.
But it's true.
See what the store manager has to say.
You won't believe what Boots are offering this Christmas. Now choose from a different range of gifts. Look for the parcel symbol.
There's never been a better time than the MFI sale to turn your house into the home you really want. With stunning new designs from kitchens to bedrooms. But that's not all. To start the sale, there's up to an extra 20% off sale prices. Make it yours for less at MFI.
Good evening and welcome to the local news from UTV Live. General John de Chastelain says he believes there is enough time to put all arms beyond use before next June, but he's still waiting on another phone call from the IRA. Our political correspondent Ken Reid reports.
The decommissioning